Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the 3D features in the new Procreate update. You might have seen a lot of videos where you basically import a 3D model into Procreate and just paint over it directly. It's really intriguing and I want to give it a try as well. So I'm going to explore that feature and see how I can use that within my concept art and illustration workflow. Is it any good? Does it benefit 2D artists in any way? We'll take a look and we'll decide. So stick around and explore with me the 3D painting in Procreate. Let's do this. So once you open up Procreate after updating it to the latest version, you are basically greeted with these 3D models that you can paint over. It has a skateboard, some glasses, a guitar, and some objects. Like I'm very interested in painting this can right here. So let's open it up and see how it looks. We have now opened the file up and we can basically zoom in and zoom out and rotate the object and view it in any angle that we like. We can even take a look inside. But yeah, this 3D model has some nice texture detail, some surface imperfections that I really enjoy. Right here on the layers panel we have a base layer and the actual object layer, and if we click on this icon right here, we have now three options: color, roughness, and metallic. So if I hit color and select like a brown color and then paint over the object, it will actually paint the object brown, like it's made of clay. It's really fun, I'm really enjoying it. It's quite therapeutic. Let me see if this works. I don't know why it's suddenly red now. Let me just start over again. I'll just give it a base color. So I am taking this brown and just dragging and dropping over it. And now the object is brown. Now the great part is that I can create a new layer and I can basically paint different textures on top of this. So let me take a darker brown and I'll go in there and paint some texture on top of it. I can even blend these colors together. So maybe this object has some mud. So I am now taking a lighter color and just painting some highlights. I wonder if we could take this to Blender and like render it in a proper way, because that would be so cool. That would be really helpful. Or we could just paint the models and export it as a 2D PNG or something and just comp them into our scenes. The great thing is that this object now has the same kind of textures that I use in my paintings. So it doesn't really look very 3D. It looks like a really nice blend of 2D and 3D because of the texture brushes mainly. Looks like it's a painted object, which is really good. So that was basically the color. And now let's see what the roughness is all about. If you click on roughness and then you paint with the white color, it makes the surface very rough and not reflective at all. But if you choose a black color and then paint over the object now is a bit more reflective. See, it's shiny now, almost like wet clay. I am really liking the results here. And it's not lagging or anything, it's doing this in real time and the results are pretty cool. Now let's check what the metallic is all about. Before we do that, let me just go ahead and merge these two together. Now if we go to the metallic and paint with white color, let's see what happens. Wow, the surface is now really shiny and metallic. It's beautiful. I love the result. I am really enjoying the process, I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look like clay anymore. Look at these sweet reflections that we are getting. Wow. I wonder if you could change some lighting on this. I mean, I'd love to change the lighting. So let's go ahead and try changing the lighting on this. So if I go to settings, oh, you can export the 3D object in OBJ format. That's pretty good because maybe then I can take this to Blender and maybe render it. But that's for another video. So if I go to 3D, I can basically edit the lighting and environment. So let's go ahead and do that. These 3D cubes basically represent different light sources over this object. So let's go ahead and change the position for that. And as you can see, lighting over the object is changing as I move these light sources. Let's set this angle and change the lighting. And here we have the environment. So we can basically adjust the exposure, how bright the environment is or how dark the environment is. I wonder if we could crank up the brightness for these lights. Yeah, intensity. Okay, so if I increase the intensity, then I just put this light over the object. Now we have a top lighting situation. Let's move it here. Now let's try changing the color for this one. So if I make it red, look at this red lighting from this little cube. And I can decrease the intensity or I can increase it. If I crank it up all the way to 100, we can see that there is a larger area where the red light is covering the object. So let's zoom out and make it a little lighter. Let's try changing the hue. Oh, it's giving us all sorts of cool results. Can I put the light into the object? Oh, I can actually do that, but this light really has no impact. I honestly thought it would glow a little brighter, but oh, there you go. I don't really think the lighting is very accurate, but I think it still works. Now check this out. I have put the cube here, but the light, the red glowy light, is showing inside these walls, and there is no opening whatsoever, but it is what it is, I guess. So it's not really accurate, but again, it's pretty good. I mean, if I could just export this as a PNG and then use it within my artwork, that would pretty much serve the purpose, right? So yeah, it works pretty good. We can also add some light sources here, or we could maybe delete the previous ones. I don't know how to delete it. Oh, there you go. Add light. Now we have another light source, and now we can just play around with it and create different lighting scenarios. Oh, this lighting looks pretty good. It would probably look even better if this was not just a clay pot but some sort of a human head, because you know it has more complex planes and stuff. But yeah, I'm really impressed. I am really impressed by how smooth this works, and this might actually be quite helpful. Like, imagine if you could just import a 3D model of a car and then paint on top of it and then just comp it into the scene instead of just painting a car from scratch. I'm all about the cheat codes. What are you talking about? It's cheating, Imad. No, it's not. It's just being smart and saving time. That's what it is. So if we go to environment, we could also experiment with different HDRI. Alright, let's just put these lights aside and let's try these different HDRI, and we can just scroll through different environments and check out how the lighting changes with each environment. Nightlife, portside, industrial. Check out these reflective material. Good. Very good. So yeah, that was the basics of 3D in Procreate. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and import another 3D model into Procreate. The 3D model that I'm gonna be using is downloaded from Sketchfab. I'll put the link and the artist name in the description, you can check that out. So I'm just gonna go ahead, grab a 3D model, and then come back in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back with this sweet looking skull. It's a black colored skull, and I am really inclined towards making this look metallic. I'm sure that would look super cool. So let's see the layers. So yeah, let me choose the color for this skull. Set it to black color. Now we really have a black color on this object. And now let's go to the layers panel once again and create a new layer. Let's go to roughness and drop the black color on this object, and look at this, some sweet reflections. It's now metallic. Looks great. Let me just go to the environment and change the lighting a little bit. Maybe I'll just go ahead and decrease the exposure as well. And now I'm just gonna set the lighting. So let's put this here, increase the intensity, but there is no light on the object. I don't know why. I'm not really getting some red light on this. Oh right, now we are getting some light. Alright, so if we turn this off, we get a red light, but if we turn this on, we don't get a red light. Strange. Alright, so I'm gonna go to roughness and maybe paint with a gray. And now we are getting that shine and the metallic red, and I'm really loving it. Let's change the lighting, make it even brighter by duplicating. Now we have two lights. Maybe I'll just set one light from behind, crank up the intensity, and now we have a nice rim light as well. Great. What if I duplicate another light and put it on this side? I just got carried away, so I'm gonna delete these. I'm gonna set an environment. Let's do a studio environment. And now I'm gonna try painting on this. So if I make another layer, I can now paint on top of this. Alright, let's go ahead and select a color and just try painting over the skull, getting a really cool texture. It looks very painterly, and I know this is not perfect, but we can just refine it a little bit more. You can just erase the unwanted paint, and maybe we'll have some sort of a cool zombie design. You know what? I think I'm gonna just get rid of this metallic layer, because this looks way cooler when it's not really reflective. Oh, this looks a lot better. Let's just do it this way. Alright, so some highlights. Let's just blend it nicely. We could also just go ahead and paint some little details, maybe cracks or something. Let's take a small brush and paint like some sort of a crack. We'll just customize it a little bit. Put some highlight in there. And we have now a nasty crack on the skull. Or we could do something else. Maybe like some sort of a war paint like this. What if I set this to multiply? This is what I'm talking about. These are giving out some really nice results. Or maybe we could do it like this. I'm really digging the texture. And here we go. Our skull is ready. We can now export this. So I want to export this as a PNG, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the environment and just turn off the environment. And now we have a transparent background. I'm gonna choose a nice angle for this, something like that. And we could just go ahead and export it as a PNG. Save image. So opening the PNG. So now I have opened the PNG, and we could just paint on top of this and turn it into a cool artwork. It's not a 3D model anymore. It's just an image. And now I can just go ahead, paint over this image and just turn it into a cool artwork. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the process as I turn this skull into an actual artwork. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hope you liked this video, hope you learned something new. If you did, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, suggestions for next videos. And if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Over 70% viewers are not subscribed to this channel, so if you go ahead and just subscribe, it would actually really motivate me to make more videos for you. Alright then, see you again next time. Take care.